A French seam allowance is a seam that is completely enclosed. No raw edges can be seen. We're going to use this on our pillowcase, so we want to practice. We'll take our two pieces and we're going to put wrong sides together, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I line up the fabric with the edge of the presser foot. To keep these two pieces together, you might even want to add a couple of pins. I'm going to bump my stitch length up to a 3 and then sew a 1/4 inch seam here. Back stitch at the beginning and the end. I'm going to trim my threads, and then I'll need to go over to the iron. I'm going to press my seam allowance to one side. And I need to trim down the seam about halfway. So now it's about 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm going to fold the fabric in half, push the seam, roll it out, and press it down. The seam allowance will be caught inside of this fold for our next stitch. Back at the machine, I'm going to be enclosing this seam allowance. So we have right sides together. I line up my fabric at a 1/4 inch seam allowance again. And if you really want to make sure that the seam is enclosed, you can actually move your needle position over to the left 2 times. Trimming should take care of that, but this just ensures that you won't have anything hanging out of this seam. I'm going to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Trim your threads. And then when I open this up, we have a nice clean seam on the right side, and on the wrong side, all of the seam allowance is enclosed and there's no exposed raw edges. Now I'm going to take this to the iron and go ahead and press it open one more time. You can just push this seam down to one side and then you're finished.